Yes, the struggle which Raila fought for is totally different with this struggle. Let us not link it at the same thing. Raila Odinga did not fight for the economic revolution of this country. He fought about multipartyism. He fought about democracy. Those are the things. When it's come to those things, we will celebrate him. We will honor him with the rest of the others. But
the unfortunate thing is that these people think that it's a rocket science, that they need things to happen immediately. Let me ask you a question. If you are a son, like he is, and I believe he has a dad, a biological father, and he wants his father, of course he has a right to even inherit what his father has, right? How does he approach the father?
Matter of the parent. This is the constitution.
Yes,
we are
allow me to say
aligning ourselves with the constitution.
I don't know.
It is not heckling.
If you are going to the table
to
deliberate issues,
do you believe in the constitution?
I know the constitution, and I'll quote those. You
believe in it?
I'll quote articles.
It is my right.
That you
I'm not supposed to request the president. It is my right to demand.
Relax.
It can't be that you are not going there because of unemployment. Uko na kazi. But at the same time, there is corruption. There is the people in the authority are not respecting the rule of law. So those are the things taking you onto the street. So when I go there, I have my own different issues. So when you want to meet these people, you cannot tell us that we give you our leaders. What has happened? After Ruto said that we wanted to meet with the Gen Z leaders, we have been seeing those people who have been labeled as the leaders, they are being abducted, they are being killed. So you wanted us to go there in the table so that we can be killed.
Ndugu mtazamaji, popote pale pawapo ulipo, karibu tena kwa mara nyingine katika Brookspring Media Africa, ambayo inakujia kutoka papa hapa kwenye studio zetu katika ofisi zetu papa hapa Kwacha Afrika. Kumbuka tu kwamba Brookspring Media Africa inafanya kazi kwa karibu sana na Kwacha Africa, na ubia huo, ushirikiano huo ndio unatuwezesha sisi kukuletea mahojiano na midahalo na mirahano kama hii, ambapo tunapata kuwahusisha wananchi mbalimbali pamoja na wachakachuzi wetu ambao wanatuwekea mambo vizuri kama yalivyo. Tunakushukuru kwa wingi wa shukrani kwa kuweza kuwa nasi katika vipindi vilivyotangulia, na hivi sasa pia tunakuomba uweze tu kusubscribe kwenye channel yetu hii, na vile vile ulike na kushare, ndio kwamba tuweze kupata fursa ya kuweza kukupa mambo mazuri kuhusiana tu na hali ya taifa jinsi ilivyo. Katika studio hii leo kama unavyoona naye ndugu yetu Shamir ambaye vile vile ni kijana barobaro tu, na vile vile ni wale ambao wanaitwa Gen Z, wale ambao wanapigania sijui tunaita sasa ni third liberation. Naona kuna kitu kimekuja kinaitwa third liberation, maana yake second liberation ilikuwepo. Sasa hivi sasa kuna kila hali ya kuweza kuleta mageuzi na mabadiliko katika Jamhuri ya Kenya, ambapo vijana wanatumia simu tu na vitambaa pamoja na bendera ya Kenya kuweza kupaza sauti mahali ambapo wanahisi kwamba pengine sauti zao zimekandamizwa. Na vile vile ninaye mchakachuzi wetu na mchanganuzi mkazi Bwana Protas Nyongesa, ambaye kwa muda amekuwa hayupo kwenye kipindi kwa sababu ya shida ambayo alikuwa nayo ya mguu, lakini aniarifu kwamba mguu sasa unaendelea vizuri. Kumbuka yeye ni mmoja tu ambaye amenufaika na SHA, na anasema SHA inafanya kazi baada ya yeye kurushiwa 280,000 alipoweza kuomba kupitia kwa SHA kwamba anatakiwa kufanyiwa upasuaji kwenye sehemu fulani ya mguu wake kule. Kwa hivyo ndugu Protas, karibu kwenye kipindi.
Asante sana.
Nafikiri tutakwenda moja kwa moja kwenye hoja. Ndugu mtazamaji, kumbuka tu kwamba hiki ni kipindi ambacho kinakujuza, ni kipindi cha mahojiano, kinakujuza na kinakupa taarifa. Si kwamba lazima tu kupinga serikali, lakini tunaangalia hali halisi ya mambo ya maisha inapokuja kwenye hoja ya maandamano ya Saba Saba.
Okay.
Let us pin down the government on issues that maybe bedevil the government. For example, the issues of unemployment. When you guys went for Saba Saba maandamano, what was at the back of your mind? What was the end game? What did you want to achieve with that? And by and large, did it meet your expectations?
You see, Saba Saba is an iconic day.
Yes.
Or date which has been there since 1990, and we as the Gen Z who are just supporting the cause which were fought by our forefathers, na wale wazee wetu ambao waliweza kupigania democracy and multipartyism in 1990, the likes of Martin Shikuku, Kenneth Matiba, James Orengo, Raila Odinga. So we were there to honor the great achievement of them, and also to honor the fallen comrades of us who died last year, June 2024. So our main objective was to commemorate the day like the other years we have been commemorating the day. That's number one. Two was to give our demands to the government of the day, because so many things are happening. We have extrajudicial killings still going on, we have abduction, we have police brutality, we have corruption, unemployment, the government not respecting the rule of law, so many issues. But it is very shameful that the government, they are not ready to listen to the people. And funny enough is that the government led by Ruto, he still believes that all those people who are demonstrating are being funded by Gachagua. I really sympathize with the guy, because this is a revolution being led by the common citizen. Even politician cannot come along it. So our message as the young people, it is very simple to the government. If the government wants us to go into dialogue and also seek consensus with the same government, they just need to do what we want, because the corruption is there, unemployment is there. When Ruto stood and said that nimekubali and I'm going to scrap off the entire cabinet, na tuliwaambia the entire cabinet is corrupt, full of nepotism and everything. But what Ruto did in the next 1 month, he just reshuffle the same faces. It tells you it is a proxy, it is a deal. Nothing is happening in the government.
I think to be fair to the president, I think the president called for dialogue and wanted to meet the youth.
Which dialogue?
Yeah, just a minute. I think it is in history, it is on recordings, you can get that. The president was ready to meet the youth. But what did you say? You said
Joseph, let me tell you one thing.
You said you are leaderless.
Let me tell you one thing.
Tribeless.
Let me tell you one thing. With the tribeless and everything and faceless and everything.
Yes.
You see, when I go on the demonstration or when I go to picket, which is it is my right under the Constitution of Kenya 2010. What I'm going to demonstrate about cannot be the same on what you are going to demonstrate about. At the end of the day, as we have common issues, but at the end, we have different issues, which is affecting everyone. You can't be that you are not going there because of unemployment, uko na kazi. But at the same time, there is corruption. There's the people in the authority are not respecting the rule of law. So those are the things taking you onto the street. So when I go there, I have my own different issues. So when you want to meet these people, you cannot tell us that we give you our leaders. What has happened? After Ruto said that we wanted to meet with the Gen Z leaders, we have been seeing those people who have been labeled as the leaders, they are being abducted, they are being killed. So you wanted us to go there in the table so that we can be killed.
No,
we cannot do that. Another thing on the dialogue you are talking about, Ruto was very insincere with the Gen Zs, because the dialogue he was calling, when Ruto called the dialogue, who was with him in that red carpet at the KICC? Raila Odinga, Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo Musyoka. Are those the people who are on the street? Are they the one who are on the street demonstrating? So you cannot just buy the ideas of a politician. Ruto is a politician and he's a liar. He's in the public domain. He speaks today white, tomorrow he speaks green, and tomorrow after tomorrow he speaks about green. So we cannot buy anything from the president.
Yes, what do you see in the demands by the youth? What do they want? Vijana wanataka nini?
Thank you.
Na katika kuhitaji yale wanayotaka kwenda kwa maandamano, je, ni njia mwafaka ambayo italeta suluhu? Raila Odinga ameongea kuhusiana na intergenerational conclave. Hayo ni mazungumzo bado ambayo Ruto alikuwa amesema yuko radhi kuongea na vijana. Mwaka mzima ukaisha. Vijana ni kama walisusia, hawakutaka kukubali ile nafasi. Sasa yamezungumzwa tena, alikuwa waziri mkuu Raila Odinga anazungumza, anasema sasa pana haja ya mazungumzo ya vizazi mbalimbali, kizazi chake, kizazi cha wale waliokuja nyuma yake, kizazi cha hawa vijana. Sasa kuna mazungumzo kuhusiana na masuala ambayo yanaikumba taifa la Kenya, si kama
Kwanza kivyangu, I want to say something in regard to what he has said. Saba Saba, that was the question you asked, and whether it achieved the purpose.
Yes.
And then instead of him concentrating on that Saba Saba, he went ahead alluding many things, including commemorating those who were shot last or who died last year.
I think your shooting last year was on the 25th of
Yeah, but I'm talking about what he said. He went ahead into alluding into those, and I was now like confused because what then was being done on 25th? Because on 25th I thought it was of June. It was the one now remembering those who died. And Saba Saba was a commemoration. So they entered into a cause that they did not know the objective. The objective of the Saba Saba now lost its meaning. Because who were the custodian of the Saba Saba? They are not dead. Raila Odinga is still there. He even said, let's go to Kamkunji to remember what was happening there. So the question I asked myself I'm asking myself here is, now again it has resurfaced, not from remembering the Saba Saba, now we go into the killings and the problems. Okay, fine. What he is talking about challenges that is bedeviling the youth, including the unemployment, is valid. Those are valid issues. The unfortunate thing is that these people think that it's a rocket science, that they need things to happen immediately. Let me ask you a question. If you are a son, like he is, and I believe he has a dad, a biological father, and he wants his father, of course he has right to even inherit what his father has, right? How does he approach the father? How does he address the father? Of course, the father knows what he wants, including God in the Bible.
So in short, you are saying of Jano wamekosa adabu.
Exactly, that's the point that I'm saying now.
It's very wrong. It's very.
Allow me to say.
It's not a matter of the parent. This is the constitution.
Yes,
we are
allow me to say
aligning
something.
ourselves with
Don't
the
heckle.
constitution.
I don't
It
know
is not heckling.
If you are going to the table
it is not heckling.
to deliberate issues.
Do you believe in the constitution?
I know the constitution, and I'll quote those.
You believe in it?
I'll quote articles.
It is my right.
That you don't
I'm not supposed to request the president. It is my right to demand.
Relax.
No, let him speak.
Be patient. If you know, like, what's happening is the constitution they are talking about, that it's their right, they have to get. There is no right that anybody has more than the one from his own father who gave birth to him. In fact, if there is any right you have, absolute right, is to inherit from your father. If your father never gave you everything you ever wanted, how dare you want the government to do that? You see, that the government has, and let me again bring this issue of the constitution, because they are using this, it is now being sound ad nauseum. It's a cliche to be told of corruption. It has existed since time immemorial. It hasn't started with this current government. In fact, the issue of unemployment has to be settled through a plan, not through action, mass action on the streets. For example, as an economist myself, I understand very well that for you to be able to get job opportunity in Kenya, you have to allow foreign investments. And foreign investments to come to Kenya, we must have conducive political environment. So if your temperatures are very high, then how do you expect these foreign companies to come and invest here? It will be work in futility. It won't happen. What I want to say is, I agree with what he's saying. Fine, there's problems in Kenya. We cannot solve these problems using mass action. Let us come to the ground, on the table, and then how do we go by this issue? What is the first step? What is the second step? No president can come and say, okay, this one is going to be done today and it's all done. Like everybody has jobs. It's not possible. Let us have issues like, for example, the housing program. Few people will be employed there. Let's go to the digital jobs. Few will be employed there. Let's go to export of labor. Few will be employed there. Let's also go to factories like EPZ and export processing zone. Few will be employed there. Let's also go to this, like for example, you saw in Nyanza, in Homa Bay specifically, when they were creating those fishing whatever, those cold rooms and whatever that is there, few will be employed. That's how you create jobs. Deliberate plans. Or let him tell me now, since he's here, and I give him all the opportunity to listen, how he wants job to be created. No, don't tell me about government to provide jobs. That one is a cliche, a fallacy. Tell me, how do you want jobs to be created? Period. And I will be listening.
Does Ruto understand this manifesto?
Don't talk about Ruto.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm asking. Because
why are you talking about Ruto?
The president we have, he has his own plan and the manifesto. When he was coming in, he was very vocal about it. And he knew that I'm going to do A, B, C, D. I don't have to be here and remind Ruto what he was supposed to do. He knows his manifesto, he needs to follow it up to the latter. He knows how he was supposed to create job opportunities to the young people, because he's the one who said, and he put it in the paper. So you cannot come here and tell me that you want me to teach you on how you are going to create jobs to the young people. That's a nonsense. Number two, you see,
just use
what I'm saying
nice
is
language. Yeah?
This generation have been misusing the young people and making the other people to believe that the cause we are fighting is just a dead on arrival. What I'm saying is, the cause which Raila Odinga, the likes of Orengo, and Martin Shukuku and the rest fought, it is totally different for this cause. There was reforms, democracy, multipartyism. Ours is economic revolution.
So why were you going to Saba Saba? It was not yours.
No, just
what
listen.
What are you remembering now?
Just
it's
listen.
A completely different thing.
Nothing limits me that on a specific issue, I cannot go and express myself.
The Constitution allows
the Constitution allows me the freedom of picketing, assembly, and you cannot come here and dictate to me that today is the days of women, so you are not supposed to go on the street. Okay. I will go on the street because it gives me the right to go and express my views on what I want. Another thing is, you see, these people, they still they are confused on how the government should be run. And that's why they are just going around with the women empowerment, empowerment, carrying money on the sacks, giving people to the young people. At the end of the day, that money is being taken back from the women to them to the State House. We know all these things.
So you don't believe that the empowerment program that
if there is empowerment, we have the youth fund. Why can't you put that money there? Why can't you take that money to the women fund? Why can't you take money to the SMEs? Do you have to go and give every weekend 10 million?
I think President Uhuru Kenyatta, the former president, had an empowerment program also. Kazi kwa vijana. Yeah? It worked because that is something short term, but it propelled the youth. When he was doing this, the youth fund was there, the women fund was also there. So why are you see
money being carried in sacks every weekend?
Why are you
Did you see money being carried in sacks every weekend?
Just a minute. The empowerment program that is ongoing, it has been structured. I think if there are quite a number of women groups, that money is supposed to be divided to the groups for them to move on. So you cannot bedevil this. And I ask you a very nice question. In your thinking, what is this that will create job opportunities for?
They know. Ruto have the answer. I'm not supposed to sit here.
You are here. Tell him,
no.
The president is not here.
Ruto is there.
You are agitating.
He is supporting the government.
No. You are agitating for youth.
What I'm saying,
we
are not holding Ruto accountable for what he did not say or what is not there. We are holding Ruto accountable according to his plan and manifesto. And that plan,
what is this that
just listen,
youth empowerment?
Just listen. Yes. That plan, Ruto has it. He's a pro-government. Go to the State House, request that plan and have it, so that when you come here, we can argue.
Ndugu mtazamaji, basi tunakujia kwa njia kama hiyo. Unaona maswali yanahepwa, na hapa tunakupa fursa wewe kuweza kusikiliza mambo yakiwa moto kama hivi, na ndio maana tunaye resident analyst Bwana Protas Nyongesa kuweza kuhakikisha mambo haya ameyaweka vizuri kwa njia inayoeleweka. Vile vile tunaye Gen Z, super Gen Z mwenyewe ambaye anapanga mambo haya maandamano vizuri, na yuko kidedea kuhakikisha kwamba anaweza kuifanya serikali wajibike kwa kuweza kudai haki za vijana kwa mambo ya ajira, na ndio tunamweka kwenye kibano kwamba yeye kwa fikra zake aweze kuelezea ni mbinu gani ambayo anafikiria inaweza kutumika kuwapatia vijana ajira. Wewe mahali popote pale pawapo ulipo, unafikiriaje kuhusiana na haya masuala ya empowerment ambayo serikali inaendeleza kwa hivi sasa? Unafikiriaje kuhusiana na haya mambo ya maandamano? Je, yanatija na tijara? Tangu yaanze tumeona vifo vikiendelea, mauaji na kuchomwa kwa vituo vya polisi pamoja na mahakama. Je, kuna kipi kizuri ambacho kimetokea kutokana na maandamano kama haya? Weza kufika kwenye upande wa comment, utupe maoni yako kuhusiana, ukituambia unafuatilia kipindi ukiwa wapi. Protas.
Naam baba. I will go back to where I stopped. Because I'm one person who can never be distracted from my point. You see, you cannot trivialize a whole economic issue with mere sentiments. We have to be very deliberate if we must change this country. And if we think like we have always thought, definitely we shall get what we have always got. And for us to be able to be on the right trajectory, we have to be objective in our discussion. One, when I asked him about what does he think is not being done or should be done deliberately to create jobs, it doesn't mean that the government does not know, or I do not know the plan that the government has as far as these development issues or employment is concerned. But one thing that I should not forget to say is this. He has talked so much about the manifesto, Ruto has a manifesto. I never talked about William Ruto ever since I started. I am talking about this country because when we talk about the government, it doesn't mean the president. The government is not the president. All right? All of us are the government. The government is of the Republic of Kenya, not William Ruto. Whether you are in opposition or where, we are still in government because it's serving all of us. And in fact, let me just even remind those ones who think they are in opposition. The work of the opposition is to criticize objectively while providing alternative leadership.
Solutions, yeah.
Exactly. So we cannot go on ranting and throwing tantrums just because we think we are agitated. We are all here. If the suffering comes, all of us are suffering. But most fundamental is this. We have got deliberate issues that the government has taken initiative that has really never been seen before. For example, the employment of teachers. Have we ever seen a government in less than 3 years employ 76,000 teachers since time immemorial, since the establishment of this country since independence in 1963? No, this is the first time. And what was the objective there? The objective was that those students who are disadvantaged, at least they can have the equal ratio of getting the education they need. Because the manpower has always been a problem. And by employing teachers, at least every student is assured of getting at least quality education.
There was a time when we had a class of 120.
Exactly. I remember even during my time, you are behind, you can't even hear what's happening there. Because one teacher and many students in a class. Number two, to be exact also, is these issues of job creation. You see, the housing program was meant to do what? To create jobs. And it has really provided jobs, right? Housing has provided jobs for the few. I'm not saying many, for the few. We have also had another new thing, which was not there, of course. The digital jobs.
Economy,
yeah, it is there and it's working. We have also had the export of labor. And export of labor, people used to initially to go abroad and work under you could not even identify who is this. You could not even find out the challenges these individuals were going through. But at least we have now a government program that can be monitored. You can easily know who went where and is doing what and under which condition. At least that one is a space that has been created. Number two, another issue is also corruption is talking about. Now, initially, you could go pay cash and get a receipt, and we would not know where this money will go. But right now, we have a digital platform where you pay online, and there is no cash being transacted here. They have curbed some corruption. And for the first time, you look at KWS, people in wildlife, they have created more money. There is at least more money that has been generated revenue. Go check now the revenue from 2020, let's say 2018 to 2022, and 2022 to now. And then compare.
Okay.
When you do this, you realize that actually economically we are growing with the deliberate actually plans that is meant to really revitalize the economy of this country.
Okay.
But if we go on making noise and behaving as if the government is not doing anything, then we lose the point.
Now, maybe to cut you short, Shamed, do you think now that Raila Odinga is working with the Ruto, is it possible for the 6,000 shillings per month for the youth to be engaged? Is it something that can work?
So you just look at us like we went to school, we went to university, we acquired degrees, PhDs to go and demand 6,000 from the government. That's very shameful for all of us to be here who are sitting here.
The policy
we did
was
not go,
that was to cushion. No, someone can be
there's no cushioning.
As you are waiting for that job that you are dreaming of, you have something to do.
Mr. Joseph, just listen.
Yes.
There's no cushioning because when we get education, sometimes we go deep and borrow the loans, help loan. And this help loan, the moment we start earning, we are supposed to return this money. So instead of you telling me that we need to demand for the job opportunities, you are telling me that we need to demand Raila Odinga to go and get 6,000 for us. That is very shameful. Number two, Raila Odinga has never gone into the government for the benefit, for the interest of the common citizen. Never.
I think
even the experts he was talking about in the government, who are the experts?
I think
are his political allies.
You are disabusing Saba Saba.
No, I'm not disabusing because
he's a Saba Saba hero.
I said very well here.
He's a Saba Saba hero. When you talk of multi-party democracy,
and I said
the person that comes
here
is Raila Odinga.
Yes, the struggle which Raila fought for is totally different with this struggle. Let us not link it at the same thing. Raila Odinga did not fight for the economic revolution of this country. He fought about multipartyism. He fought about democracy. Those are the things. When it's come to those things, we will celebrate him. We will honor him with the rest of the others. But on this course, let also look at
Raila Odinga kuingia kwa serikali ya William Ruto. Nafikiri ilikuwa ni kusitisha zile ghasia na kusitisha hali ya Kenya kupombojea na kuanguka vile ilivyokuwa inaendelea.
Bwana Joseph, stop misleading people.
Kama kuna mtu anaipenda, just a minute.
No.
Kama kuna mtu anaipenda nchi ya Kenya ni Raila Odinga.
No, stop misleading people. Raila Odinga has been in the government. Moi aliingia akikuwa Secretary General of KANU. Maandamano iliisha ama ikuisha? Iliendelea. Raila Odinga aliingia kwa serikali ya Kibaki, nusu mkate, Kofi Annan akakuja hapa akamsaidia akaingia kwa serikali. Maandamano iliisha ama ikuisha? Iliendelea. Raila Odinga the same aliingia kwa serikali ya Uhuru. Maandamano iliendelea ama ikuendelea? The same Raila Odinga kwa serikali ya Ruto. Maandamano is still going on. So what I'm telling you is in short,
objective.
Ndio nakwambia hivi.
Objective in the sense that haya maandamano yakiendelea kiasi cha kwamba Ruto angatuke na pengine majeshi yachukue ama kuwe hakuna rais wa Kenya, wewe unafikiri hatima ya wananchi wa Kenya itakuwaje? Tunakwenda Rwanda ama tunaingia Kongo ama
we are not saying that Ruto angatuke. He just need to do the simplest thing. He need to listen to the voices of the people. These are the people who put him there. He did not elect himself. So the moment he stood and say that he's listening to his advisors, I don't know, there are 51 or how many people, how many are they? It is wrong. The power belongs to the people. And what I'm saying is, you see, the government, it is not a one person. Vile amesema. It's run by many people who are there. But who is the head of the government? It is William Samoei Ruto. The buck starts and stops with William Samoei Ruto. If he decides that he's going to listen to the voices of the people, today we are going to seek change. And if he decides that he wants us to go that direction, we will continue going on the street. And one thing I need to clear it here. Gen Zs have never burned someone's property. Gen Zs have never killed someone. Gen Z has no guns and weapons. We only have our flowers, mask, water, and anything. But people are now making Gen Zs to look like we are goons, we are criminals, we are terrorists. No! Even those people who are burning those police stations, they know them. Mbona wajawashika?
Bwana Protas.
Yes.
Tumalizia, naona anaambiwa tumebaki na dakika 2.
Ndio.
Tumalizie labda hoja yako ya mwisho.
Yeah, hoja yangu ya
sasa zinatafutwa ajira.
Hoja yangu ya mwisho ni bwana Joseph. Watu wanataka na waelewe ya kwamba wakati William Ruto anachukua usukani, nchi yetu imekuwa katika madeni mengi. Ilikuwa imeingia katika madeni. Na kwa hivyo haya madeni lazima yalipwe. Na in the process ya kulipa haya madeni lazima watu tuumie. Because number one, hakuna muujiza utafanyika. Na kusema kwamba rais asikizi watu, pia kuna hatari ya kusikiza watu. Musa alipoenda kuomba alipoenda kwa mlima, watu walidemand, huyu alikuwa amebaki kama Joshua ama Caleb, walidemand ya kwamba wanataka Mungu wao lazima watengeneze. So kwa kusikiza watu alitengeneza hiyo Mungu wao wa kuabudu kwa sababu ya kusikiza watu. Was that correct according to God? No. What happened? Musa aliporudi akapata watu wameanza kuabudu miungu wengine ambao si ule Mungu. Akakasirika, akafanya nini? Alitupa zile sheria chini, zile amri za Mungu zikapasuka. There is effect to every cause. Nevertheless, let's look at the positivity that comes out of a cause. And I'm not really bashing what the young generation are demanding for. These are genuine issues they are alluding. The only difference I'm disagreeing with on the approach on how these issues should be solved. In a country where total revenue collection is about 3.1 trillion. Then the budget is 4 trillion. In a country where budget deficit is almost 1 trillion. In a country where pending bills is almost 800 billion. In a country where recurrent expenditures goes up to 1 trillion. In a country where 70% of our total revenue collection goes to pay debt, we only remain with 30%. And out of this 30%, 15% now of the 30% goes to the counties. Of the remaining percentage out of which is 85% of this 30% that remains is what goes to pay recurrent expenditures. Of all those that remains now again is what we have to do what? To do development. Now the question I'm asking is, do we have these figures? And that's why I'm saying the approach on how to solve our current issues, it's what matters. Let us be honest that, okay, fine, we appreciate we have a problem. But going forward, we cannot solve the problem by creating another. Like when we go banning some of these things that we see around in the name of protest and our democracy and all this, and I'm not saying Gen Zs are the one banning. By the way, for information, even if there are goons that infiltrates the peaceful, as you allege, because to me it's never peaceful. It has never been. There is no peaceful demonstration has ever happened in Kenya. Maybe South Africa is where I've only seen peaceful demonstration. So in the course of all that, then we destroy what we already have. Let us also know that still we will need money to make those that we are destroying, which will take us back. So we cannot be going back, going front and then coming back again and all that stuff. But if we become objective and say, okay, fine, we want to create jobs for the young people, it is a valid concern. But how do we create jobs? All right, let us go doing what, implementing slowly by slowly. It can never happen in a nutshell. We cannot say, okay, today, tomorrow people have jobs. No, these are existential problems. They have not started with William Ruto. They have been there. And I'm not blaming anybody. The problem with blaming is that it never solves a problem. It creates another.
So is it true that President Ruto overpromised?
No, he never overpromised anything. What he did, he highlighted the issues we have. And he told people we are going to address these issues. The problem is the time that we have. Within 2-3 years that we already have, these young people want everything to have been solved. Where on earth will you get that? And number two, you must also ensure, remember that the debts you were borrowing right from 2013 to now, including the Eurobond, they were maturing from last year and it goes up to 2032. That is when these debts will be over. So when you see what's happening around, then you call yourself a meeting and say, really, well, even though we are genuinely agitating for our rights enshrined in the Constitution, is our approach on how this should be solved correct? If you are alone, without being pressured with any other peer group, whatever, you're just alone, meditating, call upon that meeting. Then you will know where you stand and where we stand as a country. Thank you.
Asante sana. Shamir, your last word, maybe.
My 2 cents are, one, you see the debt my brother is talking about. We are talking about the debt of 12 trillion. And out of this money, 7 trillion was taken into people's accounts. Hii ni deni ambao ni watu walichukua pesa wakaweka mfuko yao. Na wanajulikana ni watu wawili, the former president and the current president. I cannot be held accountable. Mimi nilipie pesa mtu amechukua ameweka mfuko yake akaenda fanya vitu zake. That's why we are demanding for the audit of the odious debt. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm not advocating for the killing and destroying of people's property. And it was very evident enough in the first protest. We were peaceful. The second protest, we were peaceful. The third one, we were peaceful. This infiltration of the goons and other people who have come in, the government have the knees. They should go and get out these people and arrest them. And the law is very clear. If there is any criminal, anyone who is causing instability of the country, this person should be arrested and arraigned before the law, before the court of law. But what is happening right now? The other 3 days, the last day, you see the president is saying they need to be shot on the leg. What is the law there? So inakuambia kwamba the government we have, it is not there to respect the rule of law. And that's why we are saying this government should pack and go. And even my brother here have confirmed that this government, they didn't have a clear agenda. They didn't understand themselves.
What are you saying?
And even what they came to
no,
implement, they is not there.
You don't say,
so
don't say my brother.
It is very evident
what
here
are you
that the government is confused. They don't know what they promised. They don't know what they are supposed to do. And they don't know the concern of the citizen. They should pack and go home. Thank you.
Asante sana ndugu mtazamaji, huyo ni Shamir. Nafikiri ametoa hoja zake kama Gen Z. Wale ambao wanaendeleza maandamano na wanasema kwamba vijana wanaumia, hamna kazi, yale ambayo Rais William Ruto waliweza kuahidi hajatekeleza. Sasa wanaona kwamba hana haja ya kuwa ofisini, wanasema aende. Hiyo ndugu mtazamaji, kulingana na uchanganuzi wetu na Protas Nyongesa hapa ambaye ameelezea hali kwamba ikitokea leo kuna tafrani kwamba hamna uongozi, hamna rais, kwamba hamna kufuata sheria, Kenya itakuwa wapi? Wewe ukiwa ndugu mtazamaji unaona machafuko ambayo yako Kongo yamechukua miaka mingi, hata aliyazungumzia hayati Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere, na yale ambayo yako Sudan Kusini. Kenya ikienda njia hiyo, wewe utakuwa wapi? Watoto wako watakuwa wapi? Utafanya biashara wapi? Hapo ndipo tunapokomea kwenye kipindi cha leo cha Brookspring Media Afrika. Hapa katika Kwacha Afrika nimekuwa naye bwana Protas Nyongesa ambaye ni resident analyst, pamoja na mgeni wetu Shamir ambaye amechachamaa, kijana amechachamaa. Anasema hapana machezo hapo. Hapana machezo. Sasa wewe mtazamaji, kulingana na uchakachuzi huu na hali ilivyo, hali ya taifa, unaona taifa linaelekea wapi? Nakushukuru ndugu mtazamaji kwa wingi wa shukrani kwa kuwa nasi. Vile vile nawashukuru wenzangu katika chumba chetu cha uzalishaji hapa na mkuu wa kitengo pale bwana Tom Garama, upande ule wa production, na vile vile executive director wa Kwacha Afrika bwana Kasena, hapo wote pale paopo walipo. Tukutane wakati mwingine. Mimi nimekuwa ni Joseph Mwara, nahodha mtayarishi.